Now let's understand the concepts of leadership in brief. Now we all know that a leader is one who leads others. That means when a leader is there, there has to be a follower. But then this leadership quality has certain dimensions to it which needs to be understood. Now, before we go further, let's talk about what's the meaning of leadership. That is a process of social influence. We call social influence because when there is a leader, there has to be a follower. That's why this is a social exchange process where the leader has the ability to inspire confidence and support among people who are in need to achieve organization goals. In other ways, we can tell that the principal dynamic force that motivates and coordinates the organization in the accomplishment of its objective. That means to accomplish the organizational goals, there has to be necessarily a leader who can guide the organization people. That means there has to be very much an interpersonal influence is to be there, and there has to be an element of vision. Since we talk about organization goals, so that means this goals has to be shared among the employees, and it has to be directed by a leader. Let's talk about the different leadership roles which the leader has to take from time to time. First, we'll talk about a figurehead roles. That is, who is the figurehead? A figurehead is a leader who is particularly high-ranking managers acts as a figurehead by expressing specific behavior, like by making oneself available to outsiders as a representative of the organization. So, figurehead is essentially one who is representing the outside world as on behalf of the organization. Or we can say that he is serving as official representative of the organization at gathering outside the organization. Next role which a leader has to behave is the spokesperson's role. That is, when a manager acts as a spokesperson, he or she formally reports to the individuals and groups outside the manager's direct organizational unit. As a spokesperson, the managerial leader keeps 5 groups of people informed about the activities, planned capabilities, and vision of the organizations. So who are this group of people? The first one is the upper level management, then the customer base, then the important outsiders like the labor unions, then the professional colleagues, and also the general public. The next role is the negotiator. That is, being a negotiator, he or she tries to make deal with the other parties for needed resources. That is, the bargaining with the superiors for the fund or bargaining with the suppliers and the vendors. So this is about the negotiating roles. Then comes as a coach and a mentor. This role includes having specific behavior like informally recognizing team members' achievements and also providing feedback concerning their effective performance, inspiring people through means such as being charismatic, creating visions for them. That is, coach and mentor essentially guides the team members to realize the specific objectives and also whatever support system they require to improve their performance. As a team builder, he tries to build an effective team. That is, team members are recognized for their accomplishment, that is, initiating activities that contribute to group morals is also another important functions of the team builder. Next comes the team player. That is the behavior. This behavior includes, there's a difference between a team builder and a team player. Being a team player, he is actually cooperating with the other team members or other units in the organizations, and also displaying loyalty to the superiors by supporting their decisions. Whereas being a team builder, he's trying to build a team under him. Now the next role is the technical problem solver. That is, he is actually acting as a technical expert. That is, whichever expertise line he is having, he is been implementing as a, or he is working as a technical expertise. Then he also has to work as an entrepreneur. That is, entrepreneur leadership roles activities are taking with the customer base in the organization to keep aware of the changing needs and the requirements, suggesting innovative ideas to the organizations. So this how somewhere it helps in building up the or developing the organizations. That is, he is also contributing as an organization developer. And finally, we talk about the strategic planner. That is, setting a vision and directions for the organizational growth. So these are all about the leadership roles. Next, we talk about the framework for understanding the leadership. Now, leadership is a function of the leader himself, of course, the group members. As I said, there has to be follower for the leader to succeed, and the situation variable. So there is an interplay between these three. That is, the leader's characteristics and the traits, which influences the leader's behavior and the style. Then the group behavior characteristics and internal and external environment. So all these four factors are interlinked and interplay for the leadership process to go on. That means there has to be simultaneous coordinations among all these factors taken into cooperation for the leadership effectiveness. Now, that is, leadership effectiveness is thus referred to as attaining desirable outcomes such as productivity, quality. Leadership behavior and style refers to activities engaged by the group members. Characteristics refers to attributes of the group members that could have bearing on how effective leadership attempts will be. And internal and external environment influences the leadership effectiveness. So this is all about the leadership framework. Now the leadership style is the relative consistent pattern of behavior that characterizes a leader. These are as follows. The first one is the participative style, and the second one is the autocratic style. Under participative style, there are again three types: consultative style, consensus type, and the democratic types. Now in participative style, we will first discuss about the consultative style. Now, participative style, as the name signifies, is a shared decision making with the group members. Okay, that means the leader along with the group members takes the decisions. Now, under consultative leadership, consults with the group members before a decision is taken. However, the final authority to take a decision lies with the leader. In consensus leadership style, they encourage group discussions about an issue and there makes a decision that reflects general agreement. That means there is a mutual agreement between the leader and the follower. And in the democratic types, that is, the final authority of decision making lies with the group. That is, they function as leader, just function as a collector of the group decisions. That is, the participative style is based on the management openness because leaders accept suggestions for managing operations from the group members. Hence, the group members must have close information to the market, should have appropriate human resource management identifications, so that the group members are in a reasonably responsible positions to give a decision. Thus, participative leadership style encompasses team approach. Predominant behavior of participative leaderships includes coaching team members, negotiating their demands, collaborating with the other members. Limitations are, of course, that the consensus and democratic leaders are at times accused of providing too little directions to the group. So this is one of the important leadership limitations. Next one is the autocratic leadership style. In contrast to the participative leaders, and autocratic leaders who retains most of the authority of decision making. They make decisions confidently with the assumptions that the group members will comply and not concerned with the group members' attitudes about a decision. Autocratic leaders are considered task oriented because they place heavy emphasis on getting tasks to be accomplished. Typical autocratic leaders' behavior includes letting people what to do, asserting themselves, and serving as a model for team members. So, this is all about leadership in brief. Thank you.